Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this is gonna be a gas giant, and usually I would say them for the end, but I don't know. So I'm gonna need to delete. Usually gas giant specials are filled with, I just revisit a planet, maybe get some resources, maybe set up a mining base, if I feel so inclined. Oh, you know, first, actually, let's put stuff in the cargo hold. Put all resources. And we're gonna have literally 100 mass units saved, so hallelujah. Haw. 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 There it is, shows a 6. But, yeah, so I guess, we're literally going to spend this episode clearing out the saves. Because this is the thing that we need to do. Because Starfield is such a lovely, amazing game. And did I mention that this, the folder with all of these saves is on my C drive, even though I put the game on the S drive. Or on my solid state, which is not my C drive. Anyway, so the Fallout show, and also this is nebulous. I don't know how many saves we have. So I was watching the Fallout show, and I guess spoilers for the Fallout show. I've only watched up to Season 2, Episode 2. So spoilers for Season 1. If you have not watched it, please go and fucking watch it. It is good. I do think, I don't know. I got into Fallout, as a wee lad, as a wee bun, and I definitely did not absorb all of the narrative, things. I just, hey, like, this is, like, at the very least, the most evil version of corporations. You know, that, you know, evil corporations, the most corrupt government, you know, this and that, and, you know, then you see, like, the post-apocalypse, you know, humans, you know, just trying to rebuild society in their own image, or in their own way, and, you know, oh geez, that is gonna happen at least one time. At least, you know, trying to build stuff up in their own way, and, you know, the follies of everything. And I don't know, it makes me curious, because like, I gotta go and replay. I'm going to play Fallout 4, and then I'm going to play, hopefully, Fallout New Vegas, but hopefully I'm gonna do the Tales of Two Wasteland mod, and it will be Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, same character. Technically it'll be New Vegas, but anyway. So I never, like, the Brotherhood was, like, the Brotherhood was never my favorite faction. I guess it was the NCR. The NCR is not perfect. In fact, like, the NCR is a faction that, you know, is, like, the closest thing to modern times, with at least most of modern problems. And, yeah. Just, like, if we're in late stage capitalism and, seeing the effects of it with evil corporations that are exploiting the working class, like the NCR is, early stage capitalism with a little bit of that, rearing its ugly head and, bureaucracy impeding the progress of everything. So yeah. But yeah, the Brotherhood fucking sucks. Like, we see the Brotherhood from the perspective of somebody who is literally just getting bullied. And like, everything. And, yeah, like, I don't know. Honestly, I think Maximus might be my favorite character, because he, he's a survivor. He's not a true blue, diehard Brotherhood of Steel member. He just, he turns from a survivor to somebody who has the power, who has some amount of power, has some amount of influence, and is like, well, I want to get things done. I want to do good. I had this encounter with Lucy, and have now seen that the wasteland can be a better place. And I want to make it a better place. That's good. Oh, and the fact that the NCR being annihilated just because of taking out Shady Sands. The thing is that the NCR was always gonna be the NCR was destined to fail. The follies of every faction exist. It's to assume that anyone actually would, that, obviously this faction is going to survive, and this other one won't, is, it's kind of a difficult thing to say, because, I think even in Fallout New Vegas, where you can choose whichever faction wins, at the end of the day, sorry. At the end of the day, the courier's not gonna live forever. Even if we assume that the courier gets ghoulified, yeah, that's definitely no reason to believe the courier would survive forever. And I've seen people say that, this ending in New Vegas has to be canon because of this or that. And maybe that's true, and maybe things are true, maybe things aren't, I don't know. But, yeah. Now I guess, really, what I should... I don't know. I've been enjoying, the Fallout show, if my rambling isn't, proof of it. There are definitely some fun things, some fun little things. I do like how, you do see the 10mm pistol, or the pistol from Fallout 4, and from the original Fallouts, that has the, the revolver thing. That's cool, that's fun. And also, I really like how there are a lot of guns that are just I don't think they've ever been in a Fallout game, proper. Maybe not. Ruger Mini 14 that Lucy had at the beginning of Season 2. I want to say she ended Season 1 with. Yeah, that's a Mini 14. And, there were some NCR people that had RPK, or RPDs. And I'm trying to... It's some other things. But it's just like... And it's just supposed to be, oh, they have, you know, old world gun or whatever. But it just... It feels kind of vindicating to just installing 1,000 different weapon mods and just being like, hey, yeah, like... There's just a smattering of weapons and you're never going to be able to... You know, theoretically, you know, you're not going to be able to count on, oh, these people have assault rifle. No, they might have this rifle, that rifle... You know, a shotgun, a submachine gun, but not, you know, different playthroughs. It could be, you know, completely different. And it's like, oh, I really liked having the Beretta 92 at this point, and I luckily was able to acquire both, you know, the gun and the attachments for it. But this time, I got... You know, I got a CC-75 and a Makarov suppressor, and those don't go together. Also, we are making progress here. And actually, I really appreciate this. Taking the time to do this, because good lord. Also, yeah, the autosave and exit saves, man, I mean, like, look at this. If you ask me, autosave should just be one file and it overwrites itself. Like... Or at the very least... It should, like, you know, cancel itself. But yeah. So, the Fallout show does make me excited for the potential of a Fallout 5. Now let me be absolutely fucking clear that, like, Starfield has made me go, I am never buying a Bethesda game again. And that much is true. I think, like, we'll see what happens with Elder Scrolls 6. And, from there, I can judge, frankly, you know, if I want to get Elder Scrolls 6, and, if Fallout 5 will be any good. What I want, mainly what I want is more story. Either more story, or a meaningful, interesting, sort of endless, game loop cycle thing. Oh my god, also. Sorry, I'm just realizing my... there we go. I let my dog out in the backyard before I started recording, and I'm like, wait a minute. It's been a while. I should probably let him in. I just heard him barking, so I'll get to what I want in Fallout 5. Give me a sec. Alright, okay. So, Fallout 5. Yeah, I think the only problem... My official position on Starfield has, and always will be, it is a modder's resource. It is a main quest, and, like, probably not a particularly long main quest, and a amount of side quests that barely matches, if even that, in terms of length. And I don't. You could debate on how much side content or optional content should there be, and I don't know, like Skyrim as an example. My God, I mean, there's the main quest, and then there's a bazillion other things you can do. And Starfield is, exact opposite in that regard. And, Fallout 4, there are problems, I think, with Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout, Fallout New Vegas even, and Skyrim, but the amount of content is not one of them. I do think that they could use the procedural generation tech in Starfield to make some interesting things happen in any of their future games. I kind of want to see even just like POI scattering, but potentially even terrain generation. I think I've said that I want to see like Fallout 5 take place across the entire US. Maybe not the entire US, but it would be interesting to see, the Midwest, I guess, or something. And it's just this huge-ass region, genuinely huge. You don't need a vehicle, but, you kinda need a vehicle. And it doesn't need to be one giant open world, potentially. It could be, some, it could be, several areas, several large procedurally generated or procedurally, edited, or, things with procedural POIs. Several locations, a la something like Monster Hunter. And, potentially, with, probably, I could see it being a thing where it isn't procedurally generated terrain, or maybe it's procedurally generated per save file, so it's always going to be the same thing. And there's always going to be Diamond City, for example. There's always going to be Shady Sands. Those are always going to be in the same location. They're always going to have be the same, but Raider Camp 57 is, can be here, can be there, can be a few different places. That kind of a thing, I'd love to see. And, potentially them getting refreshed, and not necessarily deleted, but well, depending. I mean, I guess if they did just get refreshed, I would prefer, player visited this POI, player visited this POI so it could be refreshed. Maybe it's just here's this Raider outpost. It's not going to change, but we can refresh it so that, a new gang moves in or something. And potentially, it'd be cool to see if they wanted to expand on things. Having a sort of sadistic game manager, like you see with, Project Zomboid, but a little bit more advanced. Or it's hey, there's a raider encampment, or there's a raider camp in the vicinity of Shady Sands. Shady Sands is going to get hit with, you know, is going to be attacked by raiders every once in a while. And Shady Sands is going to put a bounty out for those raiders. Hey, there's, there's a caravan route that goes into this raider territory, and, you'll find a quest at both ends of that trade route. That kind of a thing. That'd be fun to see, as just like an extension on their procedurally generated stuff. Because, like, I don't think I represent, like, probably not even the majority of players when I say that, like, I would love to just have something that a meaningful grind I can go back and just do endlessly. Over and over again. As long as it's fun, as long as it's engaging, as long as there's, some things that I can, as long as there's some things that I can, like mini games or a different kind of gameplay loop. Do I want a crafting mini game? No. But crafting, well, I don't know. I mean, crafting that, like, in Fallout 4 is excellent. I still have a few problems with it. I hate the tiered system thing. I don't like that at all. I've never liked it. And, I think Fallout 76 probably did it the best. But, Yeah, actually, okay, if I could change one thing about Fallout 76's, because if I remember correctly, there is no advanced receiver, there is not a best option. Oh, because Fallout 76, I think, does have durability, right? Yeah. Well, durability, I think, is insanely important. Or it should be insanely important for the sake of, Fallout. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, so like light and heavy receivers. Dude, I love the idea of I'm going to take a looting gun, which is as lightweight as possible, so that I have room for other junk. But there's something that I'm giving up. I don't like damage being the thing. I think durability and like recoil could be good. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Also, yeah, I don't know. I absolutely need to make my Fallout, I absolutely need to make my Fallout New Vegas playthrough, like, the best thing it can be. And that does mean modding it up the wazoo. I really want to be able to scrap things. I want Fallout 4 crafting in New Vegas. That's the thing I want the most. And for Fallout 5, I absolutely would love. I don't know. I mean, like, the tiered stuff, I don't know. I don't even see it as, like, a good, like, end game loop or end game, like, refreshing thing. There are definitely ways I mean, maybe you have legendary mods as a, like, you can't just modify your gun with legendary mods. You have to craft, you have to, like, do a roll. You have to submit your weapon to the gods, and then you have to go and, you know, whatever legendary mods you get, you have to live with. And if you don't like them, then you have to, you know, do it again. That'd be cool. We're so close. Oh, also, I'm watching the Runaway Guys, their Mario Party trilogy Let's Play, the Eternal Star in whatever. I was gonna say that I could exit the game now and just end it all, but no, there's exit saves. Buttons versus touchscreens, which, you know, I think is an interesting thing. I myself, when I upgraded my phone, I was like, I don't fucking understand. Every time my grandparents give me their phone that doesn't have a home button on it, we all use iPhone. I don't know. I'm just used to iPhone, or to Apple. Well, iPhone specifically. It probably isn't really my preference, but, you know, whatever. But yeah, I had to get this, like, the special edition whatever thingamabob that's just an iPhone 5 but made more modern with, you know, modern tech and modern standards, that has all the buttons, because Jesus Christ I don't understand how the fuck that touchscreen home button thing works. It's just stupid, and I love having my freaking buttons. Sorry, not sorry. It's also something with Bluetooth and cables, and, I don't know, I don't have enough Bluetooth devices for stuff to fuck around with other things, but, yeah. Cables are good, although, I mean, in all fairness, I do have kind of a mess, but a manageable mess of cables, so, yeah. Oh, you know what? I need to actually land on a planet. Shoza 5 is not the planet. Oh, you know, also, I don't know, dude. Every time I make a plan, things don't go so smoothly. So, like, I probably want to start uploading 5 episodes a day in February. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I really don't know if that's gonna happen. I would need a huge backlog. And I don't have that. So, yeah. Jesus, yeah, no, yeah. We'll work on it, but I will probably try to upload like 2 episodes every weekday starting in February, so I don't know. I want to be done with Starfield, but I want to do it proper, so, yeah. Till next time, have a good day, great day even, Chowskis.